And I agree with you. I have this, when things get tough and the tough get going, it's
Mhm.
just like, it excites me
Me too.
when it's a difficult market, right?
I feel the same way. Now, Deb, you said just before we started recording, like that's the time for leadership. Like
Yeah.
that's when leadership really emerges. And like that is what's so exciting about it. Like, and we're going to hit these points. We do hit these points as human beings over and over again, right? Where things get saturated, ideas get saturated, and now it's just time to move to a new space.
Yeah.
But the fact that if you are in a business of any kind, or considering being in a business, if you can offer your clients certainty in a world of uncertainty, and now we're getting into not just the messaging, but the emotional context of how they feel. Do they feel guided and supported? Do they feel like you, the expert, is an expert in them?
Yeah.
And time again, when we've got clients that we're helping go to a more specific audience, let's say you've got a leadership company, an HR leadership, you're an independent consultant, you've got a small business, HR leadership, maybe that's your corporate background. Like I have a client right now who just went from a very successful high six figures doing that. She's taking the next step into becoming the number one person and the number one expert in HR leadership for the trades, right? Building and trades, concrete, construction, all that kind of stuff. Well, when we looked around, it turned out that was absolutely blue ocean.
Yeah.
There was
And there's not a lot of blue ocean left these days. So finding your blue ocean, and this is a message to like all fractional CXOs, whether fractional chief people officer, fractional CMO, there has to be a door that you walk through, a problem that you solve with people you serve. And I hesitate to use the word transformation.
No. I don't mean that you can't use it in normal. Like when people are like promising in their advertising a total transformation of your experience, I'm just like, no, not in ordinary language. Please use that word.
Yeah. So how do you dial it in? Let's
Well,
give
first,
people some how to.
do you mind if I push back on that?
No, go ahead.
On the blue ocean thing.
Yeah.
There is so much blue ocean left. There's so much blue ocean left. But it's what happens is, in the case of the person I was just telling you about, once we just took a look and figured out like, hey, like almost all HR leadership stuff comes from corporate or Fortune 500 backgrounds or white collar backgrounds. There's an entire world of HR leadership that this person and her company could step into, and she has a chance to literally become number one in the world.
Wow.
That is always the case. If you are coaching any group of people, we can find a more specialized group of people within those people. And so I want your people who are listening to this or watching, so we don't have a visual of this, but like picture a triangle. We call it the Holy Trinity of SuperTight brand. And on one end of and this is like you were talking about, like the cavemen would have been doing this, right? Well, or whoever was around when people first started building the wheel, right? So like we've always got our target client or avatar as one end of the triangle. We've got the problem that we solve as the next leg of the triangle. And then finally, we have the way we articulate our solution at the third part. That's all that's ever there in any brand. It is the target person, it's the problem, and then it's the way we're presenting our solution, right?
Yes.
So I have yet to find any expert where we can't go tighter and more specific in just the target client alone.